A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
The Lord promised better things for us, okay? Because the Lord, Yahweh Shai, has a favorite people. And he's going to give this favorite people a heavenly kingdom. A kingdom that's blueprinted and formatted and patterned after his mind. How he want a kingdom to be.
Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not, they spin not. And yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If then God so clothed the grass which is today in the field and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye of little faith? And seek not ye what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. But rather seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have, and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here, Shalom. To the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. All right. And what I want to get into today, is respond, to a lesson done by the beloved elder brother Ariala out of GMS Dallas camp. And it's a response called Perfect Your Hate. As we're coming to the time to where we're finna see these judgments that we read about. We read about famine, all the time. Okay, but have you ever seen someone in the condition of starving to death? Okay, we read about the pestilence. There's going to be real, pestilence that's going to destroy people. We're going to be seeing these things. Okay, we're going to be in the midst of these things. We're going to see the Lord's judgment. Okay, like never before. We're going to see what it looks like when our power is angry. And this is what the world has forgotten. All right, and the Lord is going to remind the earth, okay, of his authority in a painful way, okay? And the Lord, within this grace period, as we mature in righteousness, by default, we grow to despise hatred, man. To despise, not hatred, but wickedness. We grow to despise and have a disdain and a disgust for this wicked society and the people in it. Okay, and we begin to understand the Lord's judgment more and more. It makes sense. Everything that the Lord is bringing, from the famine, to the pestilence, to the wild beasts, the civil unrest, okay, all the way to the nukes, all the way to the Yahweh Shai and the chariots. everything makes perfect sense. This the judgment that this society needs, man. And we got to think like righteous judges, man. Okay, not like American citizens. All right, confused. Okay, wicked American citizens. Okay, and Esau has pushed everybody's mind to be biased towards wickedness. You know, so he has romanticized wickedness so much, okay, that there's a soft spot in people's heart for wicked people. People still vouching for Diddy. Trump, even though he got caught up with the Epstein, they vouching for him. They still trying to, justify him. Now, even in Israel, the wickedness that Al-Azhar did. Okay, even before the whole pagan thing, all the wickedness leading up to that, plus that, and they still want to, try to justify that. You see, America has ingrained a soft spot for people to always, try to coddle wickedness, try to pacify wickedness like it ain't what it is, man. Okay, this is a very destructive society, man. We got to think like righteous judges coming into these times, man. Not like, all right, you're not your your auntie's favorite nephew anymore. Okay, we going into another phase. All right, it's finna get gruesome. I'm gonna let the brother go in, for about 5 minutes, and then we'll lay him back, all right, off his energy. So let's play this.
Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. I send double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. I send much peace, love, salutations to Yahakim out there, pushing the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, sincerity and truth. This is Brother Ariala. And on this lesson, it's going to be titled, Perfect Your Hatred. Perfect your hatred. Right now, we're in a time of judgment. All right, and so we're going to see a lot of people get put into bad spots in a bad place with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. People are going to be getting killed. People are going to be, distraught. People are going to be hungry. People are going to be getting sick. And if you have not perfected your level of hatred for these people on a level that the Most High wants, you'll get stressed out in the spirit. 2/3 of our people have got to go, man. They wicked. And that could be your family members. That could be someone really that you feel like is close to you. But the Most High's got heavy judgment prepared for that person because they don't believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They're idol worshipers. So you got to perfect your hatred and know the Most High is determined to fuck this place up and the people in it. And if you can't get your mind right about that, then you're going to be out of there. Salak, you got a call. But I want to read this scripture and kind of get into this idea and this concept of this is the book of Ecclesiastes, 3rd chapter, first verse. It says, to everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Right now we're in a time of killing, not healing for Babylon the Great. We're in the time of this place and being broken down. So you're going to see a lot of people be dismayed. You're going to see a lot of people be put in distress. All right. It says a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. But we're in a time of hate. We're in a time of war. We're in a time of this place being ripped apart. So you have to get your mindset when these judgments are starting to happen on people. There's nothing to be astonished about. The Most High works on both sides of this thing, life and death, good and evil. And the iniquities have mounted themselves up to where heavy judgment is getting ready to come. Like I said, it could be people that you know closely that you just get absolutely obliterated through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. You can't let that mess you up, man. It could be your mom, your dad, your auntie, your brother, your sister. We're gonna be seeing heavy judgments hit this place. So you got to get into the spirit. We got to stay into the spirit. Okay. Psalms 139:19, it says, surely thou shalt slay the wicked, O Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men. Get away from me, you bloody men. Depart from me. For they speak against thee wickedly. Thine enemies take thy name in vain. And all across the world, our people are taking the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in vain. They're being wicked. They're being idol worshippers, plus these other heathens. So judgment is coming. Verse 21 says, do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. Perfect your hate. Because when the Most High starts to roll on these people, it's going to be gruesome. And you can't let that bug you out, man. Okay? We've been out here teaching on the highways and byways all these years through YouTube. The apostles and bishops have been teaching for over 30 plus years. And these people have turned their back on the word. So what's going to happen? A sword, destruction, rightfully so. But our people, you know, we get a soft heart when we see, oh, snap, benefits is not coming through. They can't get their food. Oh, well, starve. Oh, ICE is running down on the Latin tribes. Good. They're idol worshipers. Judgment. Blowing up Venezuelan ships. Okay. Invading other countries. All this. Oh, man, these are things that have to happen, man, because the Most High hates these people. So you got to get your hate up.
Yeah, man, and just, you know, to lay them back, you know, on what the elder brother was getting into. You know, we have to understand that this is righteous judgment going forth. Okay, and it's gonna be gruesome, but it's righteous. And see, Esau in his rulership, okay, have pushed the Most High and his son for a joke. You see, the Most High and his son, okay, Yahushua is a joke in Esau's kingdom. Okay, and the Most High is finna show that he ain't nothing to play with. You see, Esau has people rebellion, not only rebellion, but being proud in their rebellion. Okay, not only do people rebel, there's a pride in their wickedness. Okay, everybody thinks they just done data untouchable. Okay, and the Lord finna show, all right, that he is. Okay, and that there is a judgment for wickedness. Okay, and this is what the world has forgotten. Okay, especially 2/3 of our people, man. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that also shall he reap. So you look at what people have sown in the earth. Look at the death. Look at the violence. Okay, look at the treachery. Okay, the adultery. All these things have been sown in the earth, man. Now it's a judgment for that. See, this grace period was for us to get back in good standings with our power. Okay, to stop heaping sin upon sin and begin to serve. See, this grace period for the Israelites to come back to serving their power and righteousness, man. You know, and begin to build towards a vision of a righteous kingdom. Okay, the majority of our people, they don't care nothing about no righteous kingdom. They don't care nothing about the throne of David. They don't care nothing about Yahushua being established in the earth forever as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. These people don't care. You know, our parents, our cousins, our aunties, they do not care about that. You see, Esau has created this big gray area where, you know, people judge each other off of, you know, their, all right, view of righteousness. Now, there's a standard of righteousness in the scriptures. And if people don't meet that standard, okay, there's a judgment. So whatever people have sown in the earth, they finna get it back. What we're finna see is people get back everything that they've sown. In this lifetime or other lifetimes, whatever, they finna get back what they put out. Okay? So the Most High is not mocked. And Esau, you know, he has pushed, okay, this energy as if the Most High is mocked. Okay, verse 8, it says, for he that soweth to the flesh shall reap of the flesh corruption, but he that soweth to the spirit shall of the Spirit reap everlasting life. And see, this grace period, everybody had the opportunity. All Israel had the opportunity to come back in this grace period. Okay? And with this grace period, the Lord was showing us, hey, who was the potential hopeful elect and who was not. Their reaction to this word is going to determine how it's going to go for them in this time. All right? And it's going to be real black and white. You see, it's going to be real black and white. And the Lord, has laid it out. Okay? But going back to it, let's go here to Ecclesiastes chapter 8. You see, now you got a soft spot for niggas, man. Hey, you got a soft spot for the nigga woman. And, in your mind, there are these everlasting victims. Okay? You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be offended at what the Lord is about to do. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Okay? Because judgment doesn't happen immediately. Because people are used to getting away with things and, being repeat offenders. Okay? People forget about judgment. Like what they're doing, okay, causes a judgment. There's a judgment for this action. Okay? But people have been able to make a lifestyle out of sin because, westernization is pretty much a culture of sin. Because people are able to make a culture out of sin. Sin is glorified. Sin is rewarded. Wickedness is rewarded here, man. Rebelling against Yahweh Bashim al-Shah is rewarded. Okay? So people in their mind, okay, have detached actions from judgment. As if judgment don't exist, but the Lord finna show them that judgment does exist, man. This is what we're finna see. Okay? So read on. We not in the spirit of playing with Jake, man. Playing with Edomites, this whole society, man. Everybody finna get it. Okay? Jake is just a part of it. Everybody finna get it, man. You proud Edomites. Okay, you Karens, you Keishas, all right, you Travantes, everybody finna get it. You see, there's off, man. Okay? Yahweh Shai finna wage war in righteousness, man. Okay? And there's gonna be a lot of judgment that come from it. This is the book of Psalms 97 and 10. It said, ye that love the Lord hate evil, man. We should hate evil. You see, now we see what happens when wickedness goes unchecked. Okay? The Lord not dealing with gray areas. Either it is right or it's not. Okay? And we see we live in a society where wickedness has went unchecked, and look at the results, man. Look at Jake under this setup. Okay? Where the wicked is allowed to play the victim. Okay? None of our people are victims or innocent, man. Okay? Niggas ain't innocent. The woman, the single mothers, and all the children, none of them innocent, man. Okay? And they will want Esau's kingdom to continue on forever. The complaint is, okay, that the good times don't went away. But if you brought back the good times of America, these people, all right, will be just more rebellious and more proud against Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. They will want this place to go on forever. Okay? Nah, man, it's time to put an end to the madness, man. It's time for righteousness, man. Okay, and great judgment has to come before that. It said, ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserved the souls of his saints. He delivered them out of the hand of the wicked. See, this is for the believers. Okay? See, we have a hope, okay? And we have faith and being protected in these times. Okay? And we're understanding that the earth should be ran in righteousness, man. Okay? That's the conclusion that we've come to, is that, look, the earth should be ran in righteousness, man. This ain't it. Okay? And the people, what Babylon has done to people, okay, has been horrific. You see, this whole thing of, the alphabet, the modern woman, young niggas, all this is a creation of a wicked empire, man. It has to be erased. It has to be eradicated. Okay? We can't play and pity pat with it. All right? We're not here to look into case by case of why and this. No, it gotta go. It gotta be eradicated. We gotta think like a righteous judge, man. Not a confused American. Okay, when Yahushua comes back, you go here. This Revelation 19:2 says, "For true and righteous are his judgment." This is righteous judgment going forth. Okay, and there's righteous judges. We can't be emotional, man. We gotta think about what's right. Okay, these niggas have been spared for too long. You see, sparing wickedness has went on for too long. The grace period is finna end. Okay, now it's time to establish righteousness, man. Okay, and the Lord has had his elect being built up by this word, and now we should have an appetite for a righteous kingdom, and we should be disgusted at this kingdom, man. Okay, so the judgments of our power are righteous, man. We can't forget that. We've been so far removed from righteous judgment. I say wickedness has been romanticized, and you can relate to these niggas, and the enchantments of Esau, to where now when it's time to judge wickedness, people get emotional. Nah, man. Okay, we shouldn't flinch at the judgment of this wicked society, man, and these people. We shouldn't flinch. Nah, they holding up righteousness, man. They destructive. They will only destroy. Okay. It says, "For true and righteous are his judgments, for he have judged the great whore, which is America, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and have avenged the blood of his servants at her hand." Okay? So this devil has corrupted the earth, man. Earth has turned into a horrible experience. Even if you want to be partially right in this society, earth has turned into a horrible experience, man, especially for the righteous, man. Those that seeking, to be righteous. Okay? The wicked far outnumber the righteous, man. The Lord has to come in and intervene. Okay? So from Esau, Edom, the elites down to the least nigga / nigga woman, man, judgment finna go forth. And it's gonna be true and in righteousness, man. Okay? Just going into these grocery stores lately and not seeing the nigga woman, it's been peaceful. It's like everybody normal. Okay, but that wicked, dark nigga energy, that shit gotta go, man. Esau, Edom, the elites, they're wicked, dark energy, because their wicked, dark energy is channeled mostly through 2/3, because rap is the new Satanism. Rap music is the new, Satan music. Okay, and Jake is enchanted with a dark, all right, wicked spirit. And you can feel it, because when them niggas ain't there, it's a big difference, man. Okay, when 2/3 come around, you feel a great difference, change in the atmosphere, man. And they there to disrupt, man. They see anything righteous and it's a target to them. Okay? Nah, man, the Lord finna come judge, man. Damn these niggas, man. All right? Now let's go here. Jump down. Revelation 19:11, it says, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat up on him was called Faithful and True." And this is Yahushua, on the chariot. And in righteousness, he does judge and make war. So there's a righteous judgment going forward. This is a righteous takeover. Damn these niggas, man. And then think you can't love Jake more than the Most High. Because eventually they're going to come back. Okay? We're speaking of at this current moment, the best decision to make as a righteous judge is eradication, man. Okay? Of the majority of our people. Okay? Here in America, man. Okay? Men, women, and children. Because what? The children are just going to grow up to be a worse version than their parents. Okay? They're just going to be a worse version of what we already hate now. Okay? We got to get back into the ancient world spirit as men. That, this westernized Lifetime movie, Hallmark movie spirit, Carl Winslow, that shit got to go. We can't be in that. Okay? We got to tap back into the ancient world, okay, style judgment, man. Okay? When the Lord will give command to wipe out everything. You see? That's the spirit we got to get into, man. That was going against the Midianites. They slaughtered everyone except the women that haven't known men. Okay? Let's see if we can get into some of that, man. Let's get into some of that. Look it up. Okay? Yeah, while I look this up, I'm gonna look up some stuff. I'm a Ratazar, but we can let the brother spit, let the other brother spit some more, man. Let them spin again. Let's go to play.
Proverbs 1 and 22 says, "How long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." Right? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but ye have set at not all my counsel and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. That's the mindset. Is when judgment is coming on these people, yeah, that's what you get, man. When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. See? And we're going to see this happen in swaths. Large groups of people being wiped out. You saw that hurricane that hit Jamaica. And there's much more of those type of things that's getting ready to happen. We're going to see earthquakes swallowing people up. Bombs being dropped on people. Mayhem. Right? For they that hated knowledge did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. They didn't listen when we was up here preaching, teaching. They didn't receive it. They went on and stayed in the way that they wanted to. Women staying hoes, being sluts all over the place. Proud. Men weak. Being sweet. Tasting the rainbow. Y'all know what I mean. It says, therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. Okay? For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. This is what's getting ready to happen, man. Big time. Okay? This is what's getting ready to happen. This is the book of Sirach 12.
So I found some found pretty good list of pre-sales. Let's go here to the chat, and see, this is what the Lord, and see, we're not let's go here. This is the vengeance of the Lord, and we're finna see, all right, the Lord, all right, just begin to eradicate large numbers. Okay, men, women, and children be judged. Okay, so I asked this scripture to go into how the Most High will command the Israelites to annihilate another nation. He said, yes, there are several passages in the Hebrew Bible where the Most High commands the Israelites to wage war against or completely destroy other nations. Okay, particularly in the context of the conquest of Canaan. Now, when you go down Deuteronomy verses 1 through 2, it says, when the Lord your power brings you into the land you are entering to possess and drive, all right, and drives out before you many nations, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, 7 nations larger and stronger than you. And when the Lord your power has delivered them, okay, and has delivered them to you, all right, and you have defeated them, then you must destroy them totally, make no treaty with them, and show them no mercy. Okay, so the Lord, we're finna see judgment without mercy. Okay, this is the type of energy that the Lord is bringing back. He's finna start eradicating shit. Okay, look, people think that the Most High is a joke, man. Okay, this Jesus character that Esau has put a joke. Okay, ain't nobody thinking about no goddamn Jesus, man. Okay, there's no authority, man. You see, and there's Esau that pushed that out there. The Lord is finna bring back this type of energy, man. That ancient world, all right. Hey, lay everything down. You know, my nigga, old dog say, I don't care who out there. You see, it said before entering Canaan, Moses relays the Most High's command to Israel to destroy the inhabitants completely, so Israel would not be led into idolatry, man. See, when you're thinking, see, this judgment wasn't only for the current situation. It was judgment, all right, based on what's going to be best moving forward. Okay, look, they got to go because they'll be a problem on down the line. Everything got to go. Okay, and that's the main, all right, guys that Jake flocked to was the guys of Canaan. When they started going to idolatry, the guys of Canaan, they tripped Jacob. Okay, that's why the Most High said, look, eradicate everything. Because later on down the line, that'll be the problem. You see, the judgment not just for the moment. That's another thing. This world, you got niggas dead in prison based off making rash decisions in the moment. The Bible is about righteousness being preserved going forward. In the kingdom, we're judges. Our whole thing is going to be to continue to preserve righteousness forever. Our decision making is going to be based on preserving righteousness forever, man. Okay? No matter who cousin it is, who auntie, who that don't matter. Righteousness got to be preserved because everyone benefits off righteousness, man. Okay, we live in a society that is spare one wicked nigga that wreaks havoc on everyone. Instead of getting away with wickedness where everybody can flourish. Okay, ass backward society. Well, the Lord finna come turn this ass backward society all right. It's gonna be through a lot of judgment. It says, however, it's Deuteronomy 20 verses 16 through 18. It says, however, in the cities of the nations, the Lord your power is giving you as an inheritance. Do not leave alive anything that breathes, even that type of language, man. That's why you gotta get into the book. You gotta really get into these old stories, these accounts, get into it. You get familiar with our power. You know, even this type of language. Don't leave alive anything that breathes. The Lord is finna introduce himself to the earth. Al-Shadra, man. That's how he finna introduce. Okay, you Israelites, you didn't want to submit to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And you want to submit to them names, okay, and that authority. So he's going to introduce himself as Al-Shadra, man, through these plagues, through prophecy, and ultimately through his son, through the nukes. Okay, it said completely destroy them: the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and Jebusites, as the Lord your power has commanded you. Otherwise, all right, they will teach you to follow all the detestable things they do and worshiping their gods, and will sin against the Lord. All right, you will sin against the Lord your power. Okay, so and you can go on. All right, going into Jericho, Joshua 6:21. They devoted the city to the Lord and destroyed with the sword every living thing in it, men and women, young and old, cattle, sheep, and donkeys. Okay? This is how the Lord, and what was the Lord doing? He was getting ready to establish righteousness in the earth by giving his people sovereignty. Okay? It's on the way, the wickedness, he was laying down all wickedness, man. Okay? And you can't forget about Amalek, and you had the devil, and then Yahoo tried to use this to justify, what he's doing over there, the genocide in Gaza, which the hell with them too. Okay? The hell with them Ishmaelites too, man. Okay? Everything, hey, all of it working in our favor, man. Okay? With the Amalekites, and he's an Amalekite saying everyone else is Amalekite. Amalek. This man, he's Amalek. All right? He's of the Amalekites, but he's calling everyone else Amalek. Okay, the devil. It said this is 1 Samuel 15 verses 2-3. It said this is what the Lord Almighty says. Okay, the Lord Almighty, Al-Shajah. You hear that? He's finna get down. Okay, he said I will punish the Amalekites for what they did to Israel when they waylaid them as they came up from Egypt. Now go attack the Amalekites and totally destroy, all right, all that belongs to them. Do not spare them. Put to death men, women, children, and infants, cattle, sheep, camel, and donkeys. Okay? Lay down everything. Everything that can breathe. Get rid of it. Okay? That's how the Most High, that's the energy the Lord finna bring, man. Okay? You don't know, you thought this was just about a barbecue and fringes on everything and Hebrew hookup, whatever you thought. This is what this is what this thing is about, man. Righteous judgment going forth. Okay? It said the Lord said to Moses, take vengeance on the Midianites for the Israelites. After that, you will be gathered to your people. They fought against Midian as the Lord commanded Moses and killed every man. All right, and they only left the women alive. All right, they didn't lay with men, the virgins. They only preserved the virgins. Okay, but if you was a woman that had laid with a man, out of there. Okay, out of there. You see? So yeah, man, let's get a few more. Okay, I just want to touch on this. Get a few more. All right, because this grace period was open to everybody. All right, and Jake did what the hell they wanted to do. Okay, it became worse. Okay, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. All right, I started verse 7. It says, everyone that shall be saved, all right, that shall be able to escape by his works and by his faith, whereby ye have believed. Okay, because this grace period, the remnant came back. Okay, the remnant was appointed to come back during this grace period, man. You see, but if you're not of that remnant, all right, it's not going to be in you to come back. Okay, you're going to stay out there and get worse, get more rebellious, get proud, and then judgment going to come. Okay, verse 8 says, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So there's a remnant that was always allowed to be separated. And the Lord has that remnant what? Okay, amongst one another now. This is all we worried about, man. Those who are serious minded, you serious minded brothers, okay, and you few serious minded sisters, man. This is the only concern we have, man. Make sure you're edified and fed and coming to the understanding of your power in this son. Okay, and what's expected from us. You see, we can build with those that believe. You can't build with no nigga, man. Nigga will come and destroy every goddamn thing. The nigga woman will come. All it takes is one. That's why you have a crime-free neighborhood. You let one nigga woman come in with her entourage, man, the shit gonna start happening, man. Okay, you can have a 200 house neighborhood. Everything working class, Jake. Everybody cool, chill. Okay, you get one of them goddamn ratchet Evites and her entourage, man, and shit gonna start going downhill from there, man. You can't do nothing with these motherfuckers, man, but judge them. That's the only thing. That's the only option left. Is judgment, man. Okay. So King Reed said, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Okay? So they've abused the Lord's grace and became worse. And because the Lord wasn't judging immediately, okay, they thought it was cool. Okay, but now we finna see people in pitiful case, man. We finna see this now. Okay, ain't no alternate, way that this thing goes. No, it's gonna get bad. Okay, it's gonna get worse, and then it's gonna get more worse than that. All the way into the nukes and the chariots, man. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Okay, but this grace period will for us to get to know our power, get to know what's expected from us from our power. Okay, and as our people, have enjoyed the benefits, okay, of this first world society, the number one economy in the world for a long time, the Federal Reserve, okay. So as our people have, okay, benefited in this society, in the flesh, but neglected the spirit, well, this is how it is, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Everybody had a chance. Everybody had opportunity. Okay? And if you didn't get it, that means the Lord wanted you to be judged. That's just what it is. Okay? But our people have had this liberty in this society. All right, and they use their liberty to become worse and more rebellious, man. All right, now we get to the cutoff point. Okay, and the same must know it after death by pain. Death by pain, man. This is the Lord is saying death by pain, man. Finna see some things, man. All right, and the Lord finna show that he was never nothing to play with. Okay, so that's the point. Lord will you brothers. All right, then you sister edified. Till next time I say shalom. Kwam Yashala. Baba soon shalom.